Simon, it must have been an extremely difficult time for you after the highs of Man United to find yourself in the situation you are now.
Yeah, it was something that was ongoing. I had a bit of trouble with my knee right back from Barnsley, and I tried to manage it as best I could, but ultimately after the Man U game it had swollen up again, and thought I needed to get it checked out, and we did, and went down the necessary avenues, and unfortunately it was bad news, so I've been in for an operation to rectify it hopefully, and touch wood, I'll be back out there sort of sometime next season.
What exactly was the problem?
The cartilage on the bone on my femur had worn away, so it was sort of bone clashing with the other bone,
right.
And they scrape the sort of dead cells away, drill the bone to make it bleed to regenerate the cartilage or grow new cartilage.
Yeah.
So like I said, hopefully, touch wood, everything's alright, and I'll be back out there next season.
Did it explain to you why an injury such as that can develop, sort of thing? Because I mean, it's sort of not natural, is it?
It started from Barnsley and sort of just carried on. I didn't let it settle. The fluid that stayed within my knee was no good for it, and it softens the joint and the cartilage, and you know your knee's obviously doing a lot of work training and playing, and it slowly sort of deteriorated. And Man United game was the final straw really, where I knew I couldn't move about as freely as I have done previously, and enough was enough, and we had to get it sorted really.
It just goes to show, you know, football's got such highs, and you must have had a high on when you scored the goal against Accrington that you know, secured the tie, and then you play in the tie, and then, you know, a high there, and then suddenly you're plumbed in the depths of depression because of this sort of thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean that's what football's all about, really, the highs and lows, isn't it?
Yeah,
And,
too right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great scoring the goal, and obviously playing against United is great experience and great for their club, and I thought we put in a really good performance as well. You know, shame we couldn't just hold out, and put our chances away as well. But you know, it's something that I've got to be positive about my injury, and you know, I can just do whatever I can to get back, and I'll be doing everything possible to make that happen. And you know, I sort of relish the challenge as well. You know, I'm not one to really get down in the doldrums and too depressed. Luckily, I've got good friends and family around me as well, and obviously everyone at the club here is supporting me as well. So I'll be working my hardest to get back.
So what exactly, I mean, apart from the operation, obviously, what have you had to do since the operation to sort of start the rehab? Yeah,
the first few months is the worst really, because I can't weight bear, so I've been off my feet for 2 months, using my crutches if I do need to, but mainly just off my feet. And they put you in a CPM machine, it's called, and it helps bend your knee for you, and what that does is encourages the contact surfaces to make contact with one another, and it's seen as a massage on the bones and where the new cartilage is supposed to be growing, and that, like I said, encourages the growth of it. And it's 8 hours a day every day for 2 months, so it's a long time, and it's painstaking at times, but that's behind me now, so I'm back on my feet and sort of stumbling about a bit, and I can go down the gym slowly but surely, go on the bike just to get the movement into the knee, and do a little bit more in the pool as well, because that's obviously offsetting the weight.
Yeah. So you're 2 months down the line then, so at least, as you say, at least you've got the worst bit presumably out of the way. Is it now just sort of, is there such a thing as normal rehab? But I mean, is that basically what it's about now?
It's slightly different. It's because it's a bad injury, and the nature of it, you have to go really slowly. It's all about time, and that's what makes it so frustrating almost. I've had obviously I haven't sort of done the rehab yet, but I've spoken to a lot of players that have had the operations that I've had done, and they said it's just being patient. It will be hard, because you know, you're something natural inside you wants you to tell you, go on, you can step it up, but you really can't risk it with this. So I just have to go by what the surgeon says, and the physios, and be guided by them really.
But obviously your target is to play again next season, I presume? Yeah,
I mean, I hope so. The surgeon said it is one of those injuries that is potentially career threatening, but you know, I guess every injury is to some extent. If you go under the knife, you know, you're running the risk of not recovering fully. But the success rate is really good, and I've just got to be positive, and yeah, I mean, I can't wait. That's what my goal is, and I'm determined to reach it.
And am I pushing the boat out by saying you might be ready by pre-season, or is that a bit too soon?
Yeah, that'd be too soon, really. As much as I'd love, but it'd be sometime into next season.
Yeah.
And that's mainly due to having to take things really slowly and just seeing how it reacts. But yeah, I mean, fingers crossed. Next season, at some point, maybe a halfway stage, I'll be back. So
it must have been extremely frustrating having to go through all of that, and then watch your club struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly good at watching matches at the best of times when I'm, you know, if I've been left out or whatever. But being out injured, I guess it gives you more of a chance to sit back and have a look at the whole thing, and you're not wrapped up in it as such, because I haven't been into the club much because of my injury. And you know, I just tried to be supportive with people that I've spoke to, because you know, everyone's trying their best. They are doing their best, and it's a difficult situation. And when you're in the club, it can often get down on everyone, like we've just spoken about. That it's not just the players; it's everyone around the whole club, and that includes the supporters. Obviously, they're frustrated, and it's difficult for everyone. And the only way to turn things around is work hard, be honest, and give it your best shot. I mean, this season's not worked out for us, but there's a new season, you know, next year, and I'm sure there'll be some changes going on, and like there is every year at clubs. And it's just being positive, working hard, like I said, and being honest, and going out there and giving it your best shot.
Do you think? I mean, it's not mathematically. We're not mathematically down yet. Do you think? do you believe in miracles?
Well, I mean, stranger things have happened, haven't they? So, I mean, that is a hope, and I will say that within the club, you know, right until it's not possible, everyone will be given their best shot at turning it round. And it's certainly, you know, like we said, stranger things have happened, and it could happen. So that's why you've got to give your all every day that you're coming in to train, when you're out on the pitch on the Saturday, and you know, you never know what could happen. Yeah,
well, certainly Hartlepool have done it, haven't they? Virtually, they got out of the relegation zone, I think. Whether they stay there or not, will race be seen. But
yeah, I mean, they're just outside at the minute, and that I've been sat there most Saturdays in front of the TV with on my machine watching Soccer Saturday, because that's as close as I can get to the football. But I mean, I've seen Jeff over the weeks get more and more excited.
Well, no, last week was brilliant, wasn't it?
So I mean, it is doable, and it would be a stretch, you know, being realistic, but like I said, it's down to hard work and getting your head down and trying to focus on the job right in front of you. And, you know, if you do that, then you don't know. But if things don't work out well, there's, you know, it's a good club. You know, people will take stock of what's happened, and the club will progress again.